Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Fragments of Memory, your friendly neighborhood armchair philosopher. I got a confession to make. I'm square. I'm cornball. And I'm lame. And I wear it like a badge of honor. Now, I recognize that being square, cornball, and lame, and let alone being proud of it, is anathema within the black collective. With black, Afro-American, Moors, Hebrew Israelite, Fahami, Islamite, Negro, Nubian, whatever you identify as, we're supposed to embody cool, swag, charm, or charisma. I can say without shame that I don't embody those attributes. I've mentioned in past videos that I have listened to the commentary of YouTuber Sergeant Willie P. Although some of his views I disagree with, that he makes a valid point. He makes a valid point at times when he discusses that black people are magical thinkers, i.e. we tend to value intangibles over the tangible. Now within the black collective there seems to be more of a valuing of style over substance. Now I grew up being taught the opposite, to value substance over style, whether at home, school, or church. For instance, my mother told me about a man that she knew, a friend of hers she knew that she grew up with. Now, during their younger years, he was going to barber school, and now later on, this would result in him having his own business. Now, while he was going to school, the cool guys made fun of him. They were the guys standing on the corner, they were cool. And of course, they were unemployed. And they made fun of him, they talked a bunch of stuff about him. Now, years later, they were still cool and unemployed. And it seems, or at least I've observed, that in the black collective we value looking good over being good. Now, for example, a good time for me is going to a bookstore to get a cup of tea. I enjoy going to farmers markets. And I can be very awkward in social situations, especially when it comes to the quote-unquote fairer sex. And within Blackistan, which is kind of the term that's being floating around Black YouTube, or Negro-stan, I heard a variation of that. We do have a scarcity mentality. Mentality of limitation and lack. And we seem to be in this perpetual state of survival mode. Now that could be attributed to black men not laying down economic foundations or infrastructures that would benefit us. But that's neither here nor there as for the purposes of this video. Because I recognize that cool, charms, and swag don't pay the bills, and neither does it feed you. And I found that within the black collective, we think calling someone lame is to sort of put a curse on them, to mark them, to give them a scarlet letter, if you will. Between you and me, I think lame is subjective. Now, if being like the so-called Ray Ray and Pookie is cool, then I would rather be lame. You have people within the black collective wearing Jordans and True Religions who live in poverty. You have women, single mothers, who look immaculate while their children resemble refugees in tatters and tears. That should not be. And I was taught, and I've come to learn, that's not where it's at. So, I'm square. I'm cornball and I'm lame. I like Doctor Who. I read comic books. Yes, I'm a grown man who reads comics. I see nothing wrong with that. I even cosplayed. I did my first cosplay when a convention came here to St. Louis called WizardCon, and I cosplayed one of the incarnations of the Doctor from Doctor Who. So, and I had a great dandy old time. So, I wear being square and cornball and lame like a badge of honor. I don't necessarily have the gift of gab to attract multiple lovers, but that's not even my style anyway. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. Not everybody can be pimp extraordinaire if that's how you want to get down. And I have no problem with that. Well, peace and be easy like Sunday morning YouTubers. Have a beautiful day. Oh yeah, another thing on my mind. I did vote yesterday, and of course, I did find out the news. I'm not too happy about it, but guess what? I think we're going to be alright. If We stop waiting for the politicians to be our superheroes and become our own superheroes. And that's my 2 cents on that. Well, hey guys, have a beautiful day. Peace.